Welcome back to the Arizona Daily Mix. Let's make sure you are getting around the valley safely as we go to Shahey over at Massville, who is making sure our cars are working right. Good morning, Shahey. How are you?
I'm doing great, Brad. Thank you very much. How are you, sir?
Well, I'll tell you, the heat is really affecting my tires as we drive, and I know making the trips on the road trips and stuff, this is very important to make sure that you have the right air in the tires. So nitrogen, is that what you're telling me to put in my tires?
No, actually, no. That's a big myth. A lot of people think that nitrogen is better for the tires. The reality is this, that the tire pressure, as long as it's maintained, that's what you want for safety. Nitrogen is supposed to sustain the pressure. That's the only difference versus regular air. It costs anywhere between $5 and $8 per tire. So to spend $25, $30 extra to fill up nitrogen isn't really going to do any difference. It doesn't make the tire last longer, and it doesn't give you better fuel performance because it's the pressure that's making the fuel performance, not the nitrogen. People always misunderstand that. The tire pressure is on the tire. It tells you the max. It says 44 PSI is the max on this particular tire. That doesn't mean that's the pressure it takes. It means that's the max. What you want to do is come over to the door, and right on the door jamb, it'll tell you specifically cold, hot, 32 PSI, and that's what you follow. That's the pressure you need to do. The one on the tires for maximum. As long as you keep that going, you don't need to spend $30 extra on nitrogen. It doesn't make any difference.
Yeah, I like what you told me to do, and that was to write those numbers down, put them in the glove box, and that way when you are doing like your regular maintenance stuff, you don't have to get out and look at the tires or anything like that. It's right there on a note for you, and also for your kids or anybody so they know where to do.
Oh yes, absolutely.
So, okay. The next one is, of course, we were going to discuss is about oil, wasn't it? I think it was oil, right? Is that what we're going to?
Yeah, oil, absolutely. Basically, a lot of people think, well, synthetic oil is the best oil for my car. I always say, let's break it down to the ridiculous. The manufacturer who made the car that was purchased from the dealer brand new already gave it the best oil. So when you go to get your oil change and they offer you, would you like a better oil? That's really false because you already have the best oil that's supposed to be in the car. Now, if your car takes synthetic oil, you have no choice. You got to put that. But if you have conventional oil, there's no need to spend extra money to put money in somebody else's pocket for something that's not going to make any difference. It doesn't make your engine stronger. It doesn't do anything that way. What it does is it makes you go longer. So again, we all fall into that convenience. I don't have time. Well, guess what? You drove 8,000 miles because you have synthetic, but we missed telling you need brakes, or we missed telling you something was leaking. If the car was designed for conventional oil, stick with that and don't spend any extra money for the synthetic because it doesn't make any difference.
Got it. Okay. My next myth buster I'd like you to do for me, and that is, I call it the Kramer effect, and I do it a lot, and that's driving
Yes.
on empty. Is that something we should be doing?
Yeah, well, if you and I are in the car, we could hold hands like Kramer did. Sure, why not? But reality is that that's not good because what you want to do, remember, is this. A lot of people don't know. The fuel tank, as you know, square, the fuel pump, especially on newer cars, sits inside the actual fuel tank, so it's submerged inside. The fuel around it is what keeps the fuel pump cool. So the old saying is never let it go below half. There's a lot of truth to that because you want to make sure that the fuel is always filled to keep the fuel pump going stronger and staying cool because the fuel around it keeps it cool. When you go low, a lot of people think, well, I can drive, another 100 miles. That's not true. Maybe 25 to 30 at best, and you want to make sure that you don't get stuck somewhere. So it's designed to help you get to the gas station, nothing more.
All right, because I'm laughing because, I literally go, oh, you know what? I got another 200 miles on that red dot. So, all right, my last.
That's not true. That's not true.
All right, my last.
So in
question,
essence, you are Kramer.
I am totally Kramer. All right, my last question, very quickly, is premium gas. You hear putting premium. Is that smart to do?
Yes. Absolutely, and that's a great question. On premium gas, what you got to remember is there's a real key to this, and I don't want to say it's 100% false. It'll have a sticker here. Remember two things. One, it'll say recommended. The other will say required. That's all you have to follow. To spend extra 20 cents, 30 cents for the 97 octane isn't going to make any difference from 0 to 60. I don't remember the last time an actual mom with kids tried to time herself from 0 to 60. It's not going to make any difference at all. Use the regular 87 octane for the cars that are not designed or recommended for a required premium gas. So if it says required, follow that. But if it doesn't say required, use the 87 octane and save yourself some money.
So I like it. All right, thank you, Shay, on those tips.